Character profile, Squall Leonhart. Title, The Winter Lion, the Glacial Seed. Age, 17. Weapon, Gunblade. Lionheart, Rhymeforged. Elemental affinity, Ice, innate. Guardian Force bond, Shiva, the Ice Queen. Concept, the Rhymeheart. This version of Squall is a living embodiment of ice. His aloofness is not merely a personality trait, but a fundamental aspect of his being, a reflection of the sub-zero power dormant within him. He is the quiet stillness of a frozen lake, the sharp lethality of a falling icicle, and the immense, unyielding pressure of a glacier. His journey is not just about opening up to others, but about learning to control the thaw, understanding that the vulnerability of melting is not weakness, but a path to a different kind of strength. Appearance, physique, lean and toned, built for agility and precision over brute force. His movements are economical and deliberate, carrying a stillness that can be unsettling. Hair. His signature brown hair is streaked with fine, crystalline silver, most prominent at the temples and tips, catching the light like hoarfrost. In moments of extreme emotional stress or power usage, his breath visibly fogs, regardless of the ambient temperature. Eyes, a piercing, pale ice blue. They are his most expressive feature, often conveying a depth of loneliness and guarded emotion that his stoic expression hides. They can seem to frost over when he is lost in thought or shutting someone out. Attire. He retains his iconic black leather jacket, but the details are altered. The fur collar is a stark silver-white wolf pelt. The buckles and zippers are made of a dark, untarnishing silver, etched with subtle frost-like patterns. His greaver pendant is carved from a piece of enchanted ice that never melts, feeling perpetually cold to the touch. Underneath, he wears practical dark clothing that doesn't hinder his sharp, fluid movements. A faint, almost imperceptible chill emanates from his person. Personality. Squall's core personality is amplified through the lens of his elemental nature. He is a fortress of ice, built layer by layer to protect a fragile core. Exterior. Cold, distant, and pragmatic to a fault. His silence is heavy and profound, like the hush of a snow-covered forest. He uses brevity and logic as a shield, freezing conversations and emotional advances before they can reach him. He is intensely disciplined and self-reliant, believing that dependency is a fatal flaw, a crack in the ice that will lead to shattering. Interior. Beneath the permafrost lies a deep-seated fear of abandonment, the fear of the thaw. To him, warmth, connection, and emotion are dangerous forces that threaten to melt his carefully constructed defenses, leaving him vulnerable and exposed. His internal world is a vast, beautiful, but lonely tundra, and he is terrified of letting anyone else in to see it. As a leader, his leadership style is ruthlessly efficient. He makes decisions based on cold, hard logic, detached from sentiment. This makes him an incredibly effective field commander, but can alienate his squad mates. He expects perfection and has little patience for emotional outbursts, seeing them as tactical liabilities. However, his strategies are often protective in nature. He calculates the path of least risk to his team, a silent testament to a care he cannot voice. Backstory and origin of power. Born with a rare, innate connection to the ice element, Squall's powers first manifested traumatically at the orphanage. During a moment of intense distress following Alone's departure, he lashed out, not with words, but with a wave of frigid power that flash froze a section of the training yard. Frightened by this uncontrollable force tied directly to his emotions, he began to systematically suppress them, believing that a state of emotional zero was the only way to keep himself and others safe. This event solidified his bond with the guardian force Shiva. For him, junctioning with her isn't just a tactical choice, it's a communion. She is the only entity that truly understands his frozen nature, and their bond allows him to channel his innate power with deadly precision through his gunblade. Abilities and combat style. Squall's combat style is a beautiful and lethal dance of precision and control. He is not about overwhelming force, but about finding the single perfect, shattering blow. Gunblade, rhyme trigger. Instead of a simple vibration, pulling the trigger on his gunblade channels a burst of sub-zero energy along the blade. A successful trigger pull on impact results in a flash freeze effect, dealing extra ice damage and momentarily making enemy armor more brittle and susceptible to shattering. Limit Break, Renzakuken, Glacial Edge. His signature attack is a flurry of impossibly fast and precise slashes. Each cut leaves a trail of razor-sharp ice crystals in the air and coats the enemy in a layer of frost, slowing them down. Finishing moves, Rough Divide, becomes Glacial Cleave, a single, powerful downward slash that creates a fissure of jagged ice in the ground, erupting under the target. Fated Circle becomes Hoarfrost Waltz. Squall spins, creating a vortex of razor-sharp ice shards that shred all nearby enemies. Blasting Zone becomes Absolute Zero. He plunges his gunblade into the ground, causing the entire area to instantly freeze. Massive, crystalline pillars then erupt from the earth, impaling and shattering his targets. Lionheart becomes Winter Lion's Heart, an ultimate fusion of his will and power. The blade becomes encased in pure, diamond-hard ice. The attack is a lightning-fast 18-hit combo that ends with a final, explosive impact, shattering not just the enemy, but the very air around them into a cloud of glittering ice dust. Kiyunoa Heartily, the Thaw. Rinoa is the sun to his winter. Her warmth, passion, and unabashed emotion are both terrifying and magnetic to him. She relentlessly chips away at his icy shell, not with force, but with persistent, gentle warmth. Their dynamic is a literal representation of fire and ice, with her challenging his frozen worldview at every turn, forcing him to feel again. Safer Almasi, the Unstable Flame. Safer is chaotic fire to Squall's controlled ice. Their rivalry is a fundamental clash of elements and philosophy. Safer's wild, passionate attacks are met by Squall's cold, calculated counters. Safer seeks to burn the world down for glory, while Squall seeks to freeze it in place to maintain control. Quistis Trepi, the Cool Insight. Quistis understands Squall's coldness better than most, but from an analytical perspective. She is the cool, clear winter air, present and observant, but not overtly trying to melt him. She attempts to reach him through logic and reason, the only language he initially accepts. Character arc. Squall's journey is a slow, difficult thaw. He begins as a perfect soldier, a weapon of ice. Through the forced camaraderie of his team and the unwavering warmth of Rinoa, cracks begin to form in his glacial facade. He learns that the ice he uses as a shield can also be used to protect others. He discovers that vulnerability isn't the same as weakness, and that allowing himself to melt for someone is the ultimate act of strength and trust. His final mastery is not just the power to freeze, but the wisdom to know when to let the ice turn to water, allowing life and love to flow once more. Signature quotes, early game. Emotion is a flaw in the design, a crack in the ice. Why do you insist on bringing warmth where it isn't wanted? You'll only get burned or frozen. Mid-game. Stop talking. Start thinking. The enemy won't wait for you to sort out your feelings. Act. Precisely. Whatever. Just stay close. The cold is easier to bear that way. I spent my whole life afraid of the thaw. But a world of ice is just a beautiful prison. It's the warmth between us. That's what's real.